Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the bold and the beautiful edition. All right, guys, let's jump right into this. On a scale of, okay, today is Monday, December the 26th, 2022. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, a happy holiday. Um, excuse me, sorry about that. And that you had a great weekend. All right, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one a, because of the ending, I'm going to give it an 8. So we're going to go right into it. We see Brooke, Ridge, Carter, Eric, and Hope all together. And they say, is Steffi gonna join us? And Eric Ridge says no, I've already spoken to her and we've made our decision on this. And so they're like, okay. And so, then Thomas comes in. So we find out that they were waiting on Thomas. He comes in and they say, okay, as the board, they're gonna sit down and talk to him about, their decisions and everything that's going on. So they all sit down, and before they could say anything, Thomas starts pleading his case, and he starts telling them that, listen, I um don't want you guys to think, I'm sorry. Before you say anything, I just want to let you know I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done what I did. Brooke, please forgive me. I never meant to hurt you. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I just wanted my family together. So he starts trying to plead his case, but baby, it's not working. They're not even trying to hear it. But Eric tells him, I let you into my home. Your son came in. I had so much appreciation and love for you. You lived with me. I trusted you with your boy. And, he's just upset with him. And he says, and look, I can't even look at you. And Thomas was like, Grandpa, don't say that. I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. And I want to make this right. I didn't mean to do it. But Eric's is like, look what you did to Ridge and Brooke. Look what you did to them. You hurt them. And it was uncalled for. It wasn't even needed. You should be apologizing to Brooke. And so then, Thomas tries to tell Brooke, I'm sorry. It wasn't, I know you don't want to hear this or believe this, but it was never personal. And so then Brooke starts going in on Thomas, and she starts telling him, yeah, you said that now. But when I came to you after you had done what you did, you showed no remorse. I said, he sure did. I mean, I was trying to like Thomas. But the truth is the truth. After he did what he did, he didn't care. He didn't care that Brooke was hurt. He didn't care that her marriage ended. Even when he was talking to Steffi and Ridge and Taylor, he was like, this is Steffi's fault. She should have been quiet. She should have never said anything. And that's what Eric was saying too. Thank God Steffi said something, or your dad would be married under false pretense. But he's just like, he didn't care. Thomas did not care. And so Brooke reminds him of that. She said, I tried to show you love. She said, I know how you feel about me. I've known how you felt about me. But because of your father, and I didn't want to see the hurt and the pain on your father's face, I tried to, I tried to just be there for you, and I tried to be kind to you and show you love, and I tried to be a nice person to you. She said, even after what you did to my daughter, after all of this stuff, I still tried to be there, and you didn't care that you hurt me. And she said, at the end of the day, I know how you feel about me, and you can only say I'm sorry so many times, but when you still continue to do the same behavior, I'm sorry doesn't work. And so then, Thomas again tries to apologize to Brooke. And then Carter chimes in and he says, I saw the hurt that you caused your dad, and, the way you treated, the way this ended up hurting him, and the way he felt towards you, the way you treated Brooke, everything that you've done, like I was hoping that you were a changed man. I saw you trying to be better, but it turns out none of it was different. You're still the same guy, and you truly hurt your father. and we can't be having this around here. And so then Thomas again tries to explain, Carter, I would never hurt my son. I love him. And he, because Carter asked him, is there anything we need to know that could hurt Hope for the future? And Hope's line, he said, you know how I feel about Hope. I would never do anything to hurt Hope's line. And so then Hope started talking, and she told him, you devastated Thomas. Like, he doesn't even want to be around you. He Thomas is traumatized by what you've done. And she said, and I was believed you. I would thought we were, she thought they were co-parenting successfully. And she said, but I ignored all the warning signs. I ignored everybody who told her Thomas has not changed. She said, I ignored all that. And look at what you've done. She said, Zende is a great designer. We'll be just fine without you, Thomas. And he was like, what? Now, girl, stop playing. That's what I heard. He said, girl, stop playing. Now, ain't nobody designing like me, because I did it from the heart, because you know how I feel about you or whatever. But she like, we'll be okay. We'll work something out. And then Reg starts to talk, and he says, you're forcing me to make this decision. And Thomas says, don't. And he says, what are you saying to me? Because Thomas was like, I'm sorry, Dad, I just need you to give me one more chance. And Reg is like, what are you saying to me? One more chance for what? Like, what do you want another chance to do? It was like everything that you've done. I blame myself because I wasn't there with you as a child, but as a man, I was there. And you betrayed me. You played me for a fool. He said, I never meant to do that. And Rich is just like, no, like, it's in. He said, we've made our decision, including Steffi agrees with it. And he was like, no, Dad, just let me explain. And Rich is pretty much like, no, we're done with all that. He said, you're no longer needed at Forster Creations. I said, okay. Now, in Thomas' defense, he clearly has mental issues. Y'all are taking away the company from him, but you're not addressing his mental issues, because Rich says maybe this is just who you are. Maybe this is just what the type of person you are. This is the person you are. These are your morals. These are your characters. This is your character. And I said, but when y'all gonna get him help? Because you're taking away his job and everything, but you still haven't addressed that he needs mental help. And but they said, no, we're just gonna take away this job. And so he was like, Thomas wants to still be with family. He still wants to work. So he was sad about that. But Ridge goes to the door, and he opens it, and Eric leaves, Carter leaves, Brooke leaves, and then Hope, dramatic, but she gonna stand. She was the last person. She was still sitting down, so they had all left out. Then she gonna stand up, walk towards Thomas, and then turn her back on him. And I said, you better be dramatic, Hope. Girl, that was not called for. But she said, the way you undid me, you got to know that I'm not on your side. And then Ridge leaves out, and they leave Thomas in there, and his eyes are red. He's trying to cry. I said, Lord have mercy. But that's it with them, y'all. Then we go over here to Sheila, to Steffi and Finn. And they have, okay, so Hayes is with Grandma Lee. Kelly is with Liam. And so they got the house to themselves. So they said, it's romantic time. It's love in the afternoon. Hey, but anyways, they're about to have some grown up time together, right? Because they don't never get the house to themselves hardly. And so they're all talking, and you know they say, Finn says, because there's a storm outside, y'all. It's storming outside. And he says, it's storming out, and we get to be alone. And then he says, but there's a lot going on in Forrester. And she said, Thomas, I've already told Thomas how I felt about it, and the decision has been made. And they're like, okay. He's like, okay. So then they start talking about Sheila and how she needs to be caught, and they need to get her. But tonight it's about them, and they don't want to think about Sheila tonight. They just want to enjoy each other, right? So they did all the talking they wanted to do, and they trying to get some romantic time. Now, now we see Sheila coming, right? Because she in her vehicle, and she's driving, and it's raining, it's storming, but she's footing it, right? And she looks up, and she says, almost there. And I said, almost where, girl? Where you going? Where you going, friend? And so then she's like, almost there. So remember, Finn and Steffi were having a romantic time on the couch. Now Sheila go around. She arrives where she trying to arrive, right? And then she turns off the lights. Now again, Finn and Steffi are having a romantic time, so they didn't even have the lights on. They got fireplace burning. They got candles burning. They got all that kind of stuff. So her turning off the lights, they didn't notice any of that because they don't have any on. And so they're getting romantic on the couch, kissing, touching, rubbing, doing all that kind of stuff. And the next thing they know, their door burst open. I said, well, wait a minute. Did y'all not have it locked? How was Sheila able to get in your door like this? Baby, their door burst open and it's Sheila. And Steffi said, oh my gosh, Sheila. Because they're defenseless. Sheila's standing there in her raincoat, dripping wet, looking like looking like her eyes are crazy. I'm just gonna say it. I said, Sheila, what are you doing? Girl. And so Steffi and Finn are defenseless because they're really almost nude at this point. They're trying to have some romantic time. And y'all, that was the Young and the Restless. They wish they could be this good. That was the bold and the beautiful, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will be going live on Friday for the last live of the year. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, sorry, I already said that. I'll be going live at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 on the West Coast. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.